Good day everyone, to my dear audience behind the screen. Hello, I hope you are all doing well. Here you are again with me for this another day and of course another opportunity to learn something new about our world so endless. I am Mesina and this is Says. For today's episode, we will be talking about bees, beekeeping and having a bee farm. But before anything else, please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and click the notification below to be notified when I post my weekly informative videos. Bees. Bees with the scientific name Anthophila are winged insects closely related to wasps and ants. Sources said that there are over 16,000 known species of bees, and in the Philippines, Apis mellifera species is the most popular with the common name honeybee. These creatures are known for their ability to pollinate plants, improving ecology and biodiversity. Moreover, from the term honeybee, they can also be a source of food as they produce honey. Keeping of bees is also known as apiculture, and a bee farm is known as apiary. As a current veterinary medicine student that finds apiculture very interesting, I would really like to dwell in this industry, but before that, there are several factors to consider before having a bee farm or an apiary. So this is my hometown. I live in a small barangay in San Fernando, Pampanga, specifically in that bright green house. For our first agenda today, join me as I found out if my area can be an ideal site to start my bee farm. For our checklist, is my area near a freshwater supply? Yes. Is the land in my area dry? Yes. Is my area accessible to good roads? Yes also. Is it protected from bad weather, especially winds? Yes. And is my area near food sources for the bees? Partly yes, partly no, as trees and plants in my neighborhood can just be counted with my two hands. Next, is it away from unfriendly neighbors with low risk of vandalism? Unfortunately, no. Is it away from public spaces? No. In fact, it is in a community with stores, stalls, noisy, busy neighborhood, and also actually near a public elementary school. And lastly, is my area away from any predators with low risk both for the beehives and the environment surrounding it? Also no, as there are many stray animals, people, especially young children and students in the neighborhood. With this, I therefore conclude that my area or our community is 100% not an ideal site to set up and start a bee farm. But of course, as a tenacious person that I am, I know a place near our area that I think is a suitable site for my own apiary, and that is here. This area is at Megadike, Purok 7, Barangay San Juan, San Fernando, Pampanga, and it is actually beside my parents' apartments as their rental business, and my parents also own a lot in this location, which is an advantage for me. So going back with our checklist, this area is near a freshwater supply, yes, in our apartment area, and it is actually also near a water pumping station. Next, with a little cleaning and cutting of the grasses to make way for an apiary, the space is open, have access to sunlight and sunshine that bees love. The land is also dry, and it is not that prone to flooding as it is again located in a dike. Next, yes, it is accessible to roads as seen on the map. It is also protected from bad weather, specifically or especially winds. It is surrounded with plants, crops, and greens as food sources for the bees. Furthermore, it is away from unfriendly neighbors with low risk of vandalism, also away from public spaces. And lastly, it is away from any known predators of bees and their beehives, such as stray animals, ants, wasps, and some species of birds. I think we've now found a suitable area for our 2B apiary. So it is now time to move on to our second agenda, and that is how will I be managing it considering the fact that I am still a student. For that matter, I am planning to hire someone, specifically two of the tenants of my parents in our apartment area beside the apiary site. Beekeeping does not really need too much work. It is not labor-intensive as bees are self-reliant and they can provide their own food throughout the year. They do not also need us as they have their queen to lead them in doing their everyday bee tasks. Daily monitoring, frequent bee colony examination, and harvesting is only the crucial parts of a bee worker in an apiary. And I will make sure to instill all the knowledge I have gained in my apiculture class, such as the basic information of how a bee colony works, the proper examination of a bee colony, the use of personal protective equipment during harvesting, the risks to consider and avoid, and also just the general record keeping before I entrust them with my bee farm. But of course, I, as the principal owner of my apiary, will also make time to manage it properly and be hands-on with it. For my next agenda today, I will also be sharing with you guys the products that I will be selling for my soon-to-be business to grow and prosper. Of course, honey is on the top of the list. Honey is a sweet viscous juice collected from beehives. Filipinos are known to love sweets. That is why I know that organic honey is perfect for my target consumers. In addition to this, I am also thinking of selling honey products such as baked goods and pastries that will primarily be handled by my sister who loves baking. Honey can be harvested and made as primary ingredients to make honey-flavored cakes, cookies, and many more. Lastly, me and my sister can also make an innovative product we will call honey dip to make it a condiment or a necessity in every fried and cooked product such as filet, nuggets, hot dogs, fries, and many more. Furthermore, I will also sell other minor bee products such as beeswax and royal jelly or the bee milk. With this bee venture in my mind, I am really excited to turn it into a reality. To my fellow veterinary medicine students who are watching this, I invite you to join me with this endeavor of mine in having an apiary. There is so much opportunity in this field, especially that we are in a tropical country. Apiculture as a business does not need high initial capital investment. It is also cheap as it does not involve the mass feeding of bees. It is labor efficient, produces non-perishable products we can market, and lastly, as proud veterinary students, having an apiary business can also be a way for us to spread knowledge and break the stereotypes about bees as scary, frightening insects because of their stings, but rather implant a more positive outlook about them as they greatly help our environment, biodiversity, and the ecology. Trivia time! Sources say that we cannot live without bees. Bees help pollinate approximately 75% of the world's flowering plants and roughly 35% of the world's food crops, including fruits and vegetables. Would you believe that if bees disappeared off the face of the earth, man would only have 4 years left to live? That is right, 4 years. That's why, to my dear audience, let us try to appreciate them more. And by doing so, please do support me with my soon-to-be apiary. I have already thought of the name of the bee farm, and that is, drumroll, I would like to call it Tamumu Tamu. It is a unique, very catchy, easily remembered Kapampangan phrase translated in English as our bees. With this apiary name, it has a vision of managing a profitable and at the same time sustainable bee business, in line with also promoting the importance of the existence of our very own honeybees. This is our bees. Please wish me luck in my bee business journey and stay tuned for my next video about Tamumu Tamu at the Mula de Mesina Bee Farm. This concludes our today's episode. I hope you all have learned something new today. Again, I am Mesina and this is Saysas. See you on my next video. Bye!